back here tonight for the social. Cam Hill joining us tonight, just like every other virtual year that we've been here. Too bad we didn't get a hold of Solon. We could have probably got him to go live on their page too as well. But we're glad to have you back, Cam, and you were with us earlier for the Houston Elders Conference there. The only thing I got to say before you start talking, Cam, is your mic is muted.
All right, there we go. Check.
There you go.
All right.
Glad to have you back.
Yeah, for having me back. So we're gonna get started with some social dance music, and we'll try to start the social. Just the same way we'd start any other social. And so we'll start with Ganohanyo, and we'll carry on from there, and give throughout the program, throughout the social this evening, we'll be giving some introductions and meaning of the songs, meaning of the dances, some translations, and if anybody has any questions, in between songs, you could answer that in the group chat there.
I just want to put this out there, Cam. We want to have everybody give us a shout out. We got some gifts again. We got some prizes for if you give us a shout out. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Some of the first ones we're going to give out is Toronto Rock tickets for tomorrow night's game against the Georgia Swarm. So we got a few of these. So give us a shout out, and we'll put your name in for the draw too. I know.
Oh, that's some awesome prizes there. Yeah, big game this weekend. So we'll get started with the social, and we'll start with Ganohanyo. And if anybody has any questions or comments, you feel free to put it in the comment section, and we'll try our best to answer some of those questions as we go throughout the program here. So, scan out so juego. Conoso caño ni gaso. Yo goy ni wa ge show de kayo kono ni wa konzo de. So ke nanga. Ne. Yo go dreno de ne nanga. Ne wonzo ge ka ha de gai na ge. Go senyo we. Ne na and what's away. Niki here nega and wait for canto. So ni some wait for ya see. Away on cananga. And you go yanduck. Ne or hand on gay for de con canohanyo. The tuniot nega. Some kwang gang go home on the guy yanduck. Then you need go here stay. The walks don't get na. Yeah, the get on doggy can hook their shot. Who got wago. The negi and wait for a neg or go on scanon can't go hand on how we know gay. Da negi nega kyoga tundi ne oh na ne danyo agwe go scano no nanyo and we hakti Scott and boy ngwani go ha Scott and what no hanyo ne toga ne yo tong ngwani go ha and ne on and what trovi ne do no ha once a day ne ga ndi ngwa si da kan dra kwa na 18 hong kwa toga oi ho kwe go hot ka we so we di so ne don't know your way has can no ye don't honk na on to get them what one ye don't you di na get you the target also di na oi for you home get what that guy went ko to know how on the day Scott and it quit no ni no the way no ni on na day no hanyo ne to get ni talk on go ni go ha da ne on and what trovi ne na ne san ho kong ha da ge you get don't so go hon ne na get he got quest and it qua di one of the gates it is so did no qua to get hon na get away on ne di hawis ne na get ne ga se on ya gis kanya dai nyo gi hen nyo no bo don nyo to go to na get na ne da nyo gi so that guy went ko ne it is so did no qua di one of the gates no the way no ni di on na ne na de ti no hanyo ne to ga ne yo thong ngwa ni go ha and ne on to go di ne na and wa gyat ne and de ka kwa hops ga ge ta go watch it watch at this is one hong kwa to get home. So we want to take home, so one the day. Nico Naga, who die hard to home, and you're not the wow when ye. One a day naga, and what the way no knee. Need naga. They said one on your, and they car got qua, who's getting get to go was it watch out. They said one on qua. Need to get New Tongue and one go home.
Yeah.
And on it on a and what throw we. They need naga. So he car, he need da. It is so did you know qua. Da negi naga. Ton hoga, so we home. On a night what Tanos and Hong was other don't. Nega Hawaii on the knee and got corners and Nishradano. And Negi na or not a Daniel and knee with that guy point co. Need nega. So he car need Negi na, you go din and that's tongues and Saniut na, near what kind stone gate we are the gon start. Da Negi nega. Negi. Then you did not target as one day go for your home get what guy went go and what the way no any on a night. They did not know so he car any da. It is so did know what need to get any of Tom one go home.
Yeah.
And on it on a tongue one guardi, need nan and walk yard. Need so near there, some gong here dog get or just enough phone you. And negi naga. Need and you need to target 10 target windy with my way go white for that. What's for that guy went con go to naga for that. Would is a 9 on you, some gong here dog it. Rockets on that you don't get. So nigga naga indeed and honey walks on. On Sunday naga it way. Also, na go deep for you home get that guy went go now just enough quon you. And when the way no need naga. Way go need that they know on you. Nene or just some dogs and gong here dog it. It took any of I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
And on it on a tongue one guardi, Nan and walk yard. Nene. Talk guy and that guy when they are crying and on home with that day. Took a horn ass of way haunt. Nene, so the one nates when you day you. We for Quago, need naga a high Hawaii. Sunny hot nigga who dance and wait this song. Away on guy naga and you go and duck. Nene. Nene, na Havana. Da negi. Eat way. Nene, we for Quago. A high Hawaii, a Hawaii song, Havana. Nene, to wait on the way duck scanner. I went to Hong Kong when the get hand and what down ye. On a day naga and what the way no knee. They had the said one on yours, the one nay. So when you die, and it took any of Hong Kong one go home.
Yeah.
And on it on an end what true we gain you go doggy, I don't hear Kion on the Kia and you don't need scan out one of you. Can you quite get a go by point go hold the voice song to go to Naga on a car. Nay, I quit Naga on the go away hand week. Nay, Naga go on us and home. It run the great shrine, you go home away. The Nagi Naga on a car, a guado, Nane or down. Da to get Honaga with a wiggle. Da doni ne naga sanio dewa when ye da negi naga the new need of targets it way we for pego what do you home get what that guy went for but then so go home con your hand draw on a dinner what the way no ni naga they no hanyo I don't hear no you don't care you don't need to get any of Tom con go home.
Yeah.
And on it on an end what throw you home huggy when you get hand draw so go this one. What's on your naga song to set to nays cannot do not then you. The Misha gay had the Sunday gay go to her song till when again in the down shroud. And what the way no only on an air, they said one on your on her gay hand draws away this song. Need to get Neo Tom and one go home.
Yeah.
Da negi naga have we hick to gi naga nagat queenie. You get guardi a guy wind up. Need naga. Guy who can't too. Need naga. You were gay her. Need naga. You were naga. Có nó hoa nhau, rồi đây này cái, nên đây ở vực giờ đã qua này mình sẽ để, tại cả thứ này cái để huy was way this so, nên đây sau đây ở vực giờ đã qua này mình sẽ để, cho cái này học thong đã số này qua, đó này thôi.
Yeah.
So this Thanksgiving address that is done before our social dances. And I thought it'd be appropriate to again conduct the Thanksgiving address prior to our beginning of the social this evening. So generally, our socials are done in person in the longhouse or in the community buildings. And the Ganohanyo is a reminder again of our responsibilities that we have to uphold and respect and greet all of the nature that surrounds us, all of creation. So we start with ourselves as Ongohoe people, as the people that are gathered, and we bring our minds together as one, and we give thanks that everybody's well. We also mention the other ones who are maybe unable to attend, and we ask that in the days coming that they would be healthy and be able to join us together. And so we bring our minds together as one, because our elders and our forefathers, our ancestors, they believe that there's of one mind you can achieve a lot of goodness. So it's something again that a philosophy that our people have carried on for many years. And so we put our minds together as one, and we give thanks. So the first one that we give thanks to is our Mother Earth. And we refer to the Earth as our mother. And all of these relationships and all these references to, we'll say our mother, our grandfather, they all originate from our cosmology, from our creation. So our creation story tells us that our Earth is our mother, and this is where we come from as Ongohoe people. We believe that our Creator picked up Earth and created human beings as we know today. And so, when our time is done here on this journey on Earth, we put our bodies back into our mother, where we come from originally. So, and then our spirit will carry on into the sky world where our ancestors come from. So we give thanks again for our Mother Earth and all that she provides for us. So in the short version, Ganohanyo, the short version, all the creation, everything that's here on this earth. Because we believe as Ongohoe people that everything for our existence, everything that we require as people to survive on this earth already exists on this earth. Prior to our arrival, it was already created. All the grasses, all the medicines, everything that we can draw from the medicines, we can draw from these. We can draw from there, and there's ones who are aware of the medicinal uses for many different grasses and shrubs and all the things that grow here on Earth. And so we're still fortunate today that we're able to greet them and give thanks for them, and also utilize them as Ongohoe people. The next one is the way of called the hanging fruit. There's many different levels. So they, in a longer version, they would say it just starts at the top of the earth, and it goes upward. And so the leader of the fruit is a wild strawberry, and this is also medicine for people. So when we first consume the first strawberry that we see on the earth, when the wild strawberries are ripening, we consume one and give thanks for the strawberries that we see them again. And so we greet them and give thanks to the many different levels of the hanging fruit. The next part is what we call Kadisha Udehadoni. So they're standing and they're grouped together, the trees. And so the trees, they have a very important duty as well. Of course, through modern science and such, that we understand that, in order to have life here, we need trees to be able to breathe as people. But a lot of our older people, they knew those relationships, and then they understood the importance of the trees. And so the trees also have a leader, and we called it the Owata Gowadigoane. Owata meaning the maple tree. And so this maple is also a medicine, the sap that comes from the maple tree. You use that to shake up your body for the coming summertime. So people are to drink that, and it prepares them for the coming summer. And so we believe that this maple tree is the leader of all the trees. And so we greet the trees and we give thanks to them. The next one is the animals that roam about here on Earth. So the animals also have a leader, and we call this leader Dewahontes, or the deer. And so the deer, they play a very important role in our sustenance as well. That at certain times throughout the year, we're able to knock these animals down, as we say in the language, knock them down and utilize them for our sustenance, as well as we try to use as much part of the animal as possible. So we believe that there's many different levels of. We know there's many different levels of animals, and that be from the smallest animals to the larger animals, and so we greet them and give thanks that we're still able to draw from there, and that's where our wellness for our families will come from. The next one is the birds. The way of the birds. So there's many different sized birds as well, and we call it the leader of these birds is a Wahekoa, or the eagle. And they say that these Kadiwanios Nikadiji Dasa, they have a really nice song, these small birds, and when you hear it periodically through the days, that these birds can can help your mind, pick up your mind, make you feel good. So we give thanks to the birds and the little songbirds, and we greet them and give thanks. Next part is the Ohneganos. So there's the water. There's many different bodies of water that we acknowledge, right from the springs of water beneath our feet, the large lakes and the rivers and streams and creeks, and also the seas, oceans. And so we acknowledge all these bodies of water and give thanks that they're still helping the earth survive. So everything that grows here on Earth is using the water to reproduce and to see that life is living here. Life form is living here on this earth, and also us as people, we require water to survive. So we acknowledge the water and give thanks. The next part is and that's the way of the sisterhood, I guess you would call it in English, and that's the foods. So all of our gunheko was what we call it, our food. That is our, we refer to it in the language as sustenance. It's gunheko, it sustains us as people. And so the first that the Creator released to us was seeds. And it's our duty as people to cultivate these seeds and put them and help care for them on the earth. So we plant our gardens at a certain time of the year and give thanks when it's we put the gardens in, and then we ask that it come to full cycle, that these gardens will mature to full growth, and that we'll be able to harvest them, and that they will be able to sustain ourselves with our gardens. So we give thanks for that, and again, acknowledge the Gunheko, or our sustenance. The next part is the winds, the way of the stirring winds. So we believe there's a certain place where these winds begin, and they call it Otaon. It's at a place where it's webbed, and this is in the heavens, and this is where our we believe that the guardian beings are the ones who are watching over this and watching that it's that the winds don't begin to stir too wildly, I guess, or too strong, that it would disrupt our livelihood, or where we live here on this earth. So we acknowledge again the way of the stirring winds, and that they also assist in the life form here on earth, and help again assist in changing the seasons. So we acknowledge them and give thanks. Once we're giving thanks here to everything that's on our earth, now we make our way up into the sky world. And the first ones that are appointed, we believe, are the thunder beings. So our thunder beings, to us, we refer to them as our grandfathers, the thunder beings, and they have a duty, which is to bring new water and replenish the water here on this earth. And they're constantly cycling fresh water here on this earth. So certain times throughout the year that we give thanks that they bring new water here to our earth, and so that we're able to again, so that life form is able to reproduce and continue on for the coming generations. So we greet them and thank them that they're still upholding their duties as thunder, as our grandfathers, as thunders. And next we turn towards our elder brother, as we reference to him as our elder brother, the sun. And all of these relationships, as I mentioned in the beginning, that these relationships reference back to the beginning of our time, to our what we believe is our cosmology, our makeup of this creation story. And so we believe that this was our grandmother's brother, who would look out for her, and on her time she was on the earth. So throughout the days, we believe that our elder brother is still guiding us as Ongohome people, as the people of the earth here, and that he shines light on us, and we give thanks for that, and also warmth the way of the winds, again assisting the change in our seasons. So we greet him and give thanks to our elder brother, the sun. And the next one is our grandmother, the moon. So our grandmother, the moon, was why we reference her and refer to her as our grandmother, as this is our creator's our grandmother. And again, making reference back to our creation story, she was I guess we would call it the original sky woman who fell from the sky world down to this earth here, and she was upon through the creation story, placed in the sky at one time after her death. So her head was placed in the sky, and she was from that day forward known as our grandmother, the moon. And so we acknowledge her, and then that she also she watches over and has a very close relationship with our mothers and our sisters at times throughout the days, throughout the months that she cleanses their bodies against. So she has a very close relationship with them, and that she'll see that there will be new children new children to be born on this earth. So it's one of her duties, and also the lunar calendar in which we follow is Ongohome people, with the 13 months, the 13 moons. So we reference all that, and we say that we follow these moons, and that's what our calendar is. And so we acknowledge her and give thanks that she's still upholding her duties as our grandmother, the moon. The next one is the stars of the sky. And I mentioned in the short Ganohanyo that these stars in the sky, we don't really have a full knowledge, I guess you'd call it, of these stars. We don't really have all of the names. We do know some names, but not all of them. But we still acknowledge them and give thanks that they're upholding their duties as stars of the sky. We know for as stories are passed down from our older people that these stars were similar to a modern day, like a GPS system. They traveled through the nights. You would be able to look up into the sky and be able to tell exactly where your location was and what time of the year it was. Different events that would be happening throughout the year, whether that be our big New Year's time, our midwinter ceremony, or even hunting seasons. So we acknowledge the stars and give thanks to them. And the next part is Sidwago Nes Kanya Dayo. So this Sidwago Nes Kanya Dayo, he was one of our leaders here on this earth, and it was at a time when our people were going through many traumas. Again, as I mentioned that in our last presentation this afternoon about the different traumas our people have experienced throughout our people's history, and we acknowledge that, and through these teachings that Skanya Dayo brought to our people, it helped sustain our traditional way of life. So it encouraged people to refrain from taking part in some of the new world and accepting some of what the new world had to offer. But it helped us, some of the teachings that go within there, as abstinence from substance use, and encouraging people to bring their families to the ceremonies to give thanks. Moral and are associated with restructured, and a lot of the old teachings as Ongohoe people, to continue on the old way of life, and so we acknowledge that and we give thanks to that. The next one is so we call these the messengers, or we call them the four guardian beings. And these guardian beings are the ones who, again, they take care of our minds. Some people would call them, in English language, it's hard to find some of the translations within the language, but some of the old timers, we call them angels, or guardians, and they protect our minds and keep our minds on a straight path. So sometimes you believe that you get that gut instinct that you shouldn't do something, or you go this other way. You believe that those are the and they're directing you in the right direction, so that you don't come in harm's way, or nothing bad happens to you. So we acknowledge them and again give thanks. And lastly, our Creator, which we call Songwayadiso. Translation for Songwayadiso is He created our bodies, and so we acknowledge Him and give thanks that He is still showing us compassion as people here on this earth, as His children and grandchildren of this earth, and that we're still giving thanks, and He still has a great love, I guess, for us as people. And so we acknowledge everything on earth that He's created for us, for our well-being, and for our journey here on this earth. And we acknowledge everything that He's provided for us. And so we give thanks again to our Creator for that. And that's about the I guess most detail I could giving address. So again, this Thanksgiving address is done before we get started in our social dances. We do this Thanksgiving address, and so again, we're a little bit short staff here. Me and Lyndon. We'll be sharing some social songs and some social dance songs with you, and we did a few dances this afternoon, which were to start our social off, and so we'll get right into the singing here right away with the we call Bueno Tio, or sharp stick dance. And so when we have a social, I guess I should explain a little bit about that. These social dance songs are all for our enjoyment and for our entertainment as people. This is how we entertain ourselves, and hopefully sooner rather than later that we'll be able to get back to this form of entertainment for our people, and be able to share these songs and these dances with them, and in our dwellings, in our longhouses and gymnasiums and what have you. So this dance, again, the song is called Bueno Tio. I say it's a young man's dance because again, the young men are sharp. They're a little more sharp than the older ones. So it's like a sharp stick. Bueno Tio. That's what the translation of this dance is. Bueno Tio. Sharp stick dance. Here we go. All right, so that song there, that set of songs was known as Bueno Tio, or Sharp Stick Dance. And maybe we'll get right into another song, another set of our social dance songs here, and then maybe we'll open it up for some questions. And maybe you have some questions about these songs, or just want to know some general information, or something maybe you've always wanted to ask, and you could feel free to you could message it into the comment section there, and we'll do our best to try to answer. Or maybe Gary has some. Maybe Gary will read them off to us in a little bit here. So this next dance we'll be sharing with you is we call it Fadaseta, or the round dance. Again, I'm not sure how many of you had joined us in the earlier program, but this is a dance again that comes to us from the Oklahoma area, and so we acknowledge that a lot of these songs that we have is what we call Iroquois social dance songs. But in fact, a lot of them are from our brothers and from our sister nations and tribes, of the ones who surrounded us. And many times there was a relationship there. Maybe it was through agreements, or through treaties, or through different things that we agreed upon, or sometimes we even took in people, like smaller families, smaller tribes and smaller bands of people, such as Delaware, Tutelo. Again, it wasn't the whole tribe, or wasn't the whole nation of these peoples, but the majority of the families that moved up to join the Confederacy. And so we do have dances that are from different areas, such as the round dance is actually pretty modern, and it comes from the round dance they still do among the southern tribes, the southern singing drum groups, and the powwow circuit. They still sing these similar songs. So again, this is some of the songs that our elders brought back to among our people, probably in the 1940s and 1950s, during their travels. So we'll get right into a couple songs of Mafada State, and then we'll get Gary to ask us some questions here.
All right, Ken, that was pretty good there.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I got to turn your sound up a little bit. There we go.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
So yeah, we do got a couple of questions here. One is Shake the Bush songs on the list, and what did Shake the Bush mean? Like, how did that dance come about?
Well, I guess we could put it on the list. We sing that next. Sounds like we have a request. Well, as far as I know, like the again, as I had mentioned about the songs, coming from different people. Again, these are one of the songs that are talked about as being adopted again in from another tribe, from another nation, and we know those people to be the Shawnee people. I believe the Shawnee people had resided fairly close to our people, maybe in the Ohio area. I'm not really too sure exactly their location where they resided, but they got no stuff. Kiono is what we call them, and we call them that because of their appearance. The translation for that is naked people. So when you hear this dance, they got no stuff kya, is it sometimes referred to? It means again, this Shawnee dance, I guess. But it would be the Shake the Bush. So I'm not really familiar. I'm sure there's stories out there of a dance, but all the older guys that I've ever asked, they never really shared any stories too much of the origin of the what they call Shake the Bush. Just that it was a Shawnee dance. That's where it originates from. But again, and it's not to say that something that we just seen and all of a sudden we just picked up and took it in as ours. There's again these different relationships, or even we have probably kinfolks who are actually descendants of Shawnee people. So it's with a lot of things that we have is with Shawnee people. A lot of the some of the customs that we have, some of the traditions that we have, originate with different people, different tribes. We have certain things from from Tunalo people, or from Delaware people, different customs and traditions that we still carry on today, but their origins are with those specific people. But yeah, that's as much as I know of what they call Shake the Bush, or they got no stuck or Gospel Honda don't. There's two different names for the dance, but that's where I know its origins to come from, is from the Shawnee people.
Yeah, that's good. That's kind of what I know too as well. That we borrowed that dance again. It's another one of those ones that we adopt from our neighbors to the south there. I know of them that they were just around the Ohio and Pennsylvania area at that time. That's how I kind of know that story too as well. So it's good that again, and we share these common stories. The underlying messages are pretty close to each other, eh?
Yeah, that's for sure. Like, I guess I probably wouldn't even never have thought of that until somebody actually asked me that. Well, where's that dance come from? And I was like, I don't know. It's just part of the social dances. Until I start, then I went back and asked a few the older guys, words. Do you know the story of where that song comes from, or other songs? And they would share it. Well, I've only ever heard that was Shawnee dance. That's what they would say. Or they would say, or some of the older ones, they didn't even know, like the people. They would just say, I don't know, so that was naked people dance, I guess.
Yeah, that's how I knew it too. Is I kind of laughed the first time I heard it because it just sounded odd, the naked people,
Yeah, yeah,
and then you try and put two and two together once you start hearing about how they used to live their life and stuff, and how their
yeah,
communities were built and stuff.
yeah, yeah. Well, if there's any other questions or any comments or
No other questions at this point in time, but I want to put it out there to again let us know where you're tuning in from. We're gonna have a couple of giveaways later on here tonight, so if you're tuning in, put your name in the comment and let us know where you're tuning in from, and we'll put your name in for a draw. That includes you, Lyndon. Give you Mandarin. So how are things going up in Six Nations? You guys starting to get back to more social dancing and things like that too, or are you still just
slowly? Like we haven't really had a social or anything yet lately. We had one, I think, one last year. During it was kind of a quiet time, so we had one social dance, and that was about it. Other than that, we haven't really had none since the beginning of 2020, really.
I know some of our viewers and a couple of community members down here were asking me a little bit about the sing and what our thoughts were on the sing. And I said I haven't heard anything lately, but I know that we're still kind of watching our communities and our people here to make sure that we still keep people safe and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Have you heard anything different about the sings coming up?
No, I know there's no plans so far as spring sing, because again those things take place on the Easter weekend and again the American Thanksgiving, and I talked to a few of the leaders in the different communities, and as far as I know, there's no plans for a spring sing. I know it's disappointing. But again, I think as younger people, really have to, when they say, look out for your community and for your elders. It's one of these times, during this pandemic. So again, we try to hold our elders and our knowledge keepers safe. So hopefully by fall time, we can be able to have the fall time sing. And but it'll probably be they'll release the date and everybody know when it's going to happen and where it'll be. Yeah,
I know. I had a community member here actually just a few weeks ago ask me, about how do I think times were back then, long time ago when they had the other sickness. I think in the early 1900s. And I said I couldn't really comment on that because I asked a few people around how we coped during that time. I said all I can say is around this time now that I guess we're kind of a little bit grateful that we do have some technology and that we obviously won't share ceremonial songs, but the social songs. This is technology has really kept us connected and in tune with each other's nations.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely help uplift the spirit, and at least we get to see our relatives on social platforms, or singing and sharing songs, sharing knowledge. It's definitely something that's missed in person, but we do need that in person. Hopefully we're able to get back to that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that's the other part that we want to do is we want to get back to the dancing part. It's great to hear the songs and stuff, and every once in a while, I know that Soul and Spruce and Sam, they got their the virtual social page there, and there's a lot of singing that goes on in there. Sometimes you get up and dance, but it's just not the same. It's good to see the crowd getting into it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know we had a couple of little socials here just in our living room, listening to the
little
social and people. Yeah,
right.
so
if you want to throw in another song there, another set there, real quick.
Yeah, we'll sing another quick set, and I guess we'll get right into that song that we had that question there on the what's the Honda Don or Shake the Bush. So we'll share a few songs of that set of songs. yo way out no yeah, way out no yeah, way out no yeah, yo way out no yeah, yo way out no yeah, way out no yeah, way out no yeah, yo way out no yeah, yo way out no yeah, way out no yeah, way out no yeah, yo way out no yeah, yo way out no yeah, way out no yeah, way out no yeah, yo way out no yeah, yo way out no yeah, way out no yeah, yo yeah.
That's great. We're back.
We're back live again.
Back live again.
You were on mute the whole time, eh?
You didn't even have your mic on. No, you had your mic on. Sounded. You look good, but I don't know how you sounded.
Well, that'd be funny if that happened.
Right?
Sing a whole set.
Cam, turn your mic on. Oh yeah, that'd be pretty good. No, we had some good speakers on today. I don't know if you guys tuned in or not. We had Marshall earlier.
Yeah, we heard we listened to Marshall's on his way to work there. I was taking him into work this morning, and we were driving in and listened to Marshall's interview there. That was a good one.
Yeah, he did real good. And we had Lyndon George. He's did a real good talk on two-spirited people and some of the teachings around that. And
that's
should
perfect.
be more opening and more welcoming and things like that, Yeah,
that's definitely needed. Like, even though just educating each other on, especially on those teachings, like I don't think we have a whole lot, of understanding, like even within our teachings here on any of our territories. So yeah, that definitely needed, definitely needed, and just the education part, and with that surrounding those teachings.
Yeah, that was real good. And then we were supposed to have Tom Porter on with us today, but I spoke with Tom earlier, and he's nursing a injury. He nursed his foot, so he's been up in bed, and so he didn't really want to do the presentation from bed. It's kind of hard for him to sit up and stuff like that. So
wishing him all well, and hopefully can recover, have a speedy recovery, and recover, back to full health.
Yeah. So that's the same thing we said too. Is we hope that he gets well real soon, gets back to our communities. It's always a pleasure having Tom around, and
it really is. Yeah, definitely. He's a very inspirational person. Everything that he says, seems to just echo, with what a lot of the elders had to say. I was growing up, learning, and even still learning today. Like, it just helps connect the dots, with a lot of the things that he has to say. He'll just bring out one of them teachings right in the middle of his talks. So it's always really good to listen to him.
Oh yeah. And then we finalized our day with this one guy. He came up and talked about some of the songs and dances. Man, he had a whole bunch of kids with him though. Holy.
Wonder who that is, eh?
I wonder who that is. That was a good talk you had earlier today with us again, because I think a lot of our, especially in the urban communities, they don't always have that opportunity to, get to the reserve for longhouse socials where those the good teachings are and things like that, Mm-hmm. So it's good when you're able to come down and have our socials.
Yeah,
it really helps.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Well, we always have a good time to come out there because you can just see the appreciation, that's expressed by the local community there, and just how much it means to them, really. Just in something just as simple as a social dance, to have a social dance and a supper and a social dance. You can see the joy, I guess, it brings to the community here. So yeah, we always like, you know, I spoke with the young guys and the last time we came out there, and I said, you know, this is something big for the community. You know, it's like the thing coming to them. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
how we would look at it. You know, and I said, you know, and be humble. You know, where we come from. You know, we're really fortunate. We have a lot of, you know, we have so many people in our own community that, you know, are able to share knowledge, and you can just go down the road to, you know, have a we call a jam session, you know.
Yeah.
And so I know I know there's guys who sing within your community, you know, yourself included. Like, sometimes it's hard to get together because you only have maybe a few, you know, in the immediate area that you know are open to sing all the time. And I was telling the younger guys when we were coming out last time, I said, these, you know, you guys are really lucky because you can just say, you know what, send out a text, get on your phone and send out a text, you know, or a group chat and say, hey, let's get together and sing tonight. So not everybody has that luxury, you know.
Yeah.
So you guys gotta, you know, appreciate each other for that, you know.
Well, we're bringing a lot of those teachings down here, you know, especially to the urban community. One of the big projects that we had this year, I'm really kind of proud to kind of talk about this is, you know, we've been talking about, you know, our traditional foods and food sovereignty. And one of the things that we talked about, I don't know, about 5-6 years ago, you know, we were always buying bagged corn from, you know, Schweigat and you know, the back make corn soup and stuff. And I said, oh, let's stop doing that. Let's just make our own corn and, you know, just get corn and make our own soup and lie the corn and teach them.
Yeah.
So it really started to grow and evolve from that. And it grew into our first community corn growing project this year. And we put in 4 acres of corn.
Wow.
We got a lot of white corn this year. We had to put a lot of it away for seed because, you know, we might have one bad year and we might lose all that seed, but, you know, you got enough for it, you know. But the things we're doing down here is, you know, we're starting to teach the community more, and we're going to have, you know, some corn soup making workshops and, you know, teach people how to make cornbread and mush, you know, things. So
that's awesome.
growing the teachings and, you know, some of the social, some of the food, and then some farmhouse teachings, you know.
Yeah, I think that's happening in our community too. Like it's happening more so on a broader scale now than it was in the past. You know, before it used to be just, you know, a few families, you know, would do a garden, but it seems like if something good has come out of the pandemic, it's that, you know, a lot of families are putting gardens this year, or, you know, this past year, and yeah, we got a ton of corn too. So, like, you know, we got overrun with it, but you know, it helped grow that appreciation again, and I think that goes back to like that ganohanyo, you know what I mean? To fully really be thankful for it. Like you have to put the work in, like, you know, cultivate it, you know, weed the garden all throughout the year, and then once you get in that garden, when it's time to harvest it, you know, it's almost like you're picking every cob, you know, you're making sure there's nothing falling to the ground, because you know how much energy you put into it, right? You put a lot of hard work into it, you know, planting it. You plant it by hand, you know, that's even better, you know, and just all that energy, all that time that you spent over the summer caring for your garden, then it's time to harvest it, you know. And then once you make a soup and you know, lie that corn, or, you know, grind it up for mush, it's just it hits here more than, you know, more than anything, because it's something that, you know, you've put that much energy and time into it, and it's like that you feel thankful for it, I guess, a lot more.
Yeah, I like to share the analogy about corn. Like a lot of people just think, oh, go buy a bowl of corn soup at a powwow or a social or something, you know.
Yeah.
And it's more than that, because, you know, it really takes a couple of years to make a bowl of corn soup, you know.
Yeah.
Year to get your seed, and then the next year you replant, so you got some to actually eat, and, you know, and then it takes that whole year, just like you said, to nurture it and weed the garden, and you put all that hard work into it, and then the end result is you're able to harvest it. And you still can't eat it yet. You gotta hang it up and dry it, and then you need the trees. Then you need trees to make the ash, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. And I tell people it's more than just a bowl of corn soup at a powwow. Work.
It is. It's a lot of work. It definitely is. Yeah, and I feel the same way. Like with we're doing. We did it last year. We're not doing it this year. We have still quite a bit of the syrup. We did we tapped trees last year, and I bet you we were busy for three weeks. And that was like nonstop. Seemed like every day we were emptying buckets and boiling every other day, and that was like 12, sometimes 15-hour days of boiling. Over open fire, sitting outside all bundled up because sometimes it was windy and a light sprinkle, and it's cold.
Oh, we're doing the same thing down here. We tap trees too, so we're going to be boiling probably next week sometime. And
that's awesome. That's really good. That's
a lot of syrup too. So we need it for the mush.
Yeah. Something to sweeten the mush.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we better get back in another song here. You say one more. It's like 7:30 now, almost 7:30. We get to one more song, and then we got to get ready. We got some more singing we have to do here. Lindy's got us a contract. He says.
Talk to the agent.
Yeah, talk to the agent. So, nega his kind of going there. Skani kind of say, Danegi nega wanoha is guy mind go. That's what don't God on and I in the guy. That's the guy now. That's Skani kind of say. So we'll leave it for our mothers, and you can get up and dance in your dwellings and enjoy this last song here. As Kanye kind of say.
All right, another good set there. And their social off pretty good. Scandi set, they're always good to hear.
Yeah, now again for having us, and I guess I should close out before we log off here.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, Gary and the Friendship Center there for inviting us out to sing again. It's always a pleasure to come out and share these songs, these social dance songs. So when we finish off our social dances, we close it out with this ganohanyo as well. At the beginning of the social dance, we have ganohanyo, thanking all of nature, and then at the conclusion of the social dance, we also give thanks once again. So I'll be doing that again in the Cayuga language. Onagi gana ningwadagi tiswatahong sios kay point ko sawado.
Yeah.
Ne naga and did wipe canto songwa diso songwa we ganohanyo ne on waysat agwe go scan out one tonyo. Ne dinaga and we hawk he has Scott and chidwaya and got nigo Scott and chidwa no hanyo and toga ne tong got nigo.
Yeah.
Da ne naga and chidwa trovi ne naga on no ha once a day. Ne ga dim grass dagan drop ko na 18 what did you know what da ne ki the new doctor get a song koi we honge who that guy went ko and we hawk on and naga to satia the way no need to say 18 honyo ne saniga ha naga ne don't know how much a day. Scott did quick no need we go say hold that near her. They took out near tongue what they go ha.
Yeah.
On it to honk what it need and the log yard. Nay, na again they can quacky we for custom go home or day on the new. The new little dog is also had nay go deep way or hong who that guy went home. And the way no only on and again to say 18 honyo they took out near tongue what they go ha.
Yeah.
On it to honk what it need and the log yard had them help you on the can't you don't ask cannot can it quack in it way go guy went home did the white song. Ton ho hane has a doya dying to the bone is clear dayo. We hope we go naga high whites and the honey go dance away at this song. Da negi naga and what the way no ni on a naga to say it in honyo, they took any of talk what they go on.
Yeah.
On a naga ton ho. They had you what troy ha get on here hand drops away this song, send on your naga song to set on this kind of don't know. Nisha Daniel, so that Daniel go to naga so. To set on get what any down shots at home, man, when I'm good shrine, go home with. On the naga do the way no it naga no such one on your go here hand drop. Some way it is so it again your tongue what go on.
Yeah.
Nagi naga and we hate the to the wit and get the god when you go the guy wind up and that you what it need you could get don't go on your one is one nail got sneha. Da nagi naga and wait for a nag hugway go scan or toss it wires and home and go again draw. Da nego to naga ne san ho ka na ngona go shrine agwe go gi scan no ne nega as one of the ho go handle how we no get to get na go win again he done it too.
Yeah.
All right, Cam, Yahweh for joining us again. It was a good success there, and we appreciate you coming down. So appreciate that.
Yeah, again, Yahweh for having me, and I look forward to the. I feel like I've been saying that over and over, you know.
Yeah.
Coming in person.
Yeah.
The in person session. Yeah. Okay, you guys take care, and hopefully everybody is stays safe and healthy, and a day is coming. So we'll see you all again soon. Yahweh.
Okay, Yahweh. So that was Cam Hill. We're really glad to have Cam join us again, and I'm gonna pull Roman up here. We still got our giveaways we're gonna do, and we got some Toronto Rock tickets playing the Georgia Swarm on Saturday. So we got a couple of sets of tickets that we're gonna be giving out, and we also have another painting that we're gonna be giving out. So I'm gonna get Roman on here. He's got the list of all our people who made comments. I just want to do a quick shout out to Macy. Good to see you on here, Macy. Real happy to have you here joining our social there. So it's awesome to see that. All right, we're going to pull up Roman here. I think he's got the names on the list. Welcome, Roman. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate that. So I have the sets of tickets here. There's a set of 2 and there's a set of 3 for the Toronto Rock game on Saturday. I know I may have posted it and said it was tomorrow, but I was thinking it was Friday already.
I just want to, Roman, before you go out, I just want to do a quick shout out to Kevin Sandy and the work that Kevin Sandy's doing with the Haudenosaunee Sports Development Group. And they're doing a lot of good work in trying to help out and doing some research on Indigenous youth and potential people who want to go into sports and pursue college or university academics for sports as well. So I just want to kind of give them the shout out. That's that the work that Kevin's doing with the Toronto Rock. That's how these tickets came to be. So,
all right. So here it goes for the set of 2. Doreen Hill.
Doreen Hill.
And then for the set of 3. Gabe. All right. So those are the 2 winners. We will be in contact, or you can reach out, but most likely I'll be contacting you.
That you had a painting too, didn't you have a painting?
Oh, yes, I do have a painting. You're right. 1 second. Let me pull this back up here. Gotta get back to my wheel of names again. Let's shuffle the painting up. This is the painting. Alan Jameson.
All right, there's your winners for tonight. And again, I just want to remind everybody that we have our Youth and Elders Conference going on tomorrow too. We got our youth forum. It's going to be led by Roman and some of our youth. We also have Steve Tushkanig. He's a professional golfer. He's going to be joining with us. He's also an inspirational speaker. In the afternoon, we got Andy and Randy White from Whitefish Bay, Ontario. They'll be joining us, sharing stories about the jingle dress and how that jingle dress came to be and why it's so important at our powwows. So we're going to have those 2 joining us. And then finishing off our day, we're going to have Dr. Beverly Jacobs. She's just, again, I could go on about Bev's resume, but it's so long and all the work that she's doing for all our Indigenous people. She's coming to us is one of the associate professors at University of Windsor. So, again, we're very happy to have all these speakers with us. So join in tomorrow. We'll be coming on around 9 o'clock in the morning. And I just want to give another quick shout out to Roman, Riley. There's our tech team, Owen. Owen's in there too. So I'm going to bring them up real quick. All these guys here putting in the long hours today to make sure that everybody's got good programming here. So Riley, you want to say anything as we finish off our night?
No, I'm actually pretty tired. I'm excited to get a good night's sleep and start tomorrow fresh.
Very good. Roman?
Today went very well, and I look forward to tomorrow. And one last thing is go Raptors.
Owen, get over here. Owen, get over here.
Owen.
What is up? There you go, get
Owen's been with us all day too as well.
What's up?
You got any final words for today, being part of our tech team today?
No, it was just great. Like it was, even though we had some technical difficulties, I think it was good. Yeah, I like to sing it. I think it was good. Yeah.
Good. All right, so that's it for tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope you had a good time tonight, and
It's all good.
see you guys tomorrow morning. Take care. Good night.